Hi students, how are you? I hope all of you are fine at home. Yesterday's video class, we have stopped at the subtopic that is seasons from the climate lesson, isn't it? In that subtopic season, I have completed yesterday winter season. Today, we are going to learn the other seasons. The second important season that we are going to learn today is summer season. As we know that during the summer season, temperature slowly starts to increase. The temperature starts to increase from mid of March, slowly it increases. Then when its maximum temperature will be 37 degrees Celsius in the month of April in the north parts of our country. Then when it reaches the mid of May, the temperature will be around 41 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, especially in the northwest parts and the central parts of our country. But anyhow, temperature will not go below 20 degrees Celsius during this summer season anywhere in our country. And another important change that we can notice during this summer season is the presence of a particular wind which is known as Lu. What is the special feature of this wind Lu? It is a strong dusty in the sense it brings dust, and it is a very dry wind. At the same time, it is a very hot wind which blows from the west, and it blows towards the western Gangetic plain areas of our country. We know that because of the summer season, already the northern plain areas are heated up and it became already dry. Above this, the presence of Lu makes this region very much heated. Very much heat it brings. As a result of this, the people in those regions even may suffer from sunstroke. Next important change that may witness during this summer season is the presence of pre-monsoon showers or monsoon burst. What is this pre-monsoon showers or monsoon burst? This means at the end of the summer season, that means at the end of the May month, the Deccan Plateau regions of our Indian peninsula always experiences a sudden shower. That means not continuous rain, but all of a sudden the rain comes, accompanied by thunder and lightning. That is known as pre-monsoon showers or monsoon burst. This pre-monsoon showers or monsoon burst helps in the ripening of mangoes and other plantation agriculture in the peninsular regions of our country. Especially in Andhra Pradesh, this pre-monsoon showers or monsoon burst helps in the ripening of mangoes. That is why these pre-monsoon showers in Andhra Pradesh is known as mango showers. These are some of the important characteristics or some of the important features that we have to remember about the summer season. Next important season that we are going to learn today is the third important season, that is advancing monsoon season. This advancing monsoon season means nothing but it is a rainy season. How the rainy season starts in our country, how it progresses or develops, and how the different all over our country India, how the different regions are getting rain. All these are known as advancing monsoon season. This particular season is very important with regards to India. Why means the major part of our population depends on agriculture. As we know that one of the important elements of agriculture is what? Water. So this water that we are getting from this main source of water, that is rain. So if rain comes at a particular time and abundant rain if we are getting one particular year, then there will not be any problem for the farmers to do the agriculture activities. Otherwise, we can think about the problems, what all problems the farmers have to face if the rain is not coming at the proper time, isn't it? So this particular season is very important with regards to our country, India. So now we are going to start how this advancing monsoon starts in our country, India. Our India's climate is strongly associated with the monsoon type of climate. The word monsoon is derived from the Arabic language. That word is called Mausam, and the meaning of that word is season. Because the Arab traders who came to our country for trade purposes by using the regular periodic reversal wind system. So, with the help of this periodic reversal wind system, they used to reach our Indian coast. So, they slowly they started to name this particular periodic reversal wind system as the monsoon. After this particular wind became known as monsoon winds. A tropical monsoon forms. The tropical monsoon forms around 20 degree north to 20 degree south latitude. That means in and around the equator where the low pressure and high pressure presence. So, as we know that because of the summer season, already our Indian subcontinent became heated, it became dry and hot because of the summer season, and especially the center and the Gangetic plain areas of our country became heated like anything because of the high heat, and low pressure belt formed already in the in the center as well as the Gangetic plain areas of our country. At the same time, the Tibetan plateau, which is located at the higher elevation, also gets heated, and low pressure also formed in the Tibetan plateau at about 9 kilometers above the mean sea level. So, just imagine that the Tibetan plateau, which is located at higher elevations, and below the Tibetan plateau our Indian subcontinent, that also heated, and low pressure belts also formed in the Indian subcontinent, and low pressure belts also formed in the Tibetan plateau. So, all these low pressure belts attracts the pressure from the different directions. As we know that high pressure forms in the seas. So, what happens here? The central part of our country and the Gangetic plain areas of our country as well as the Tibetan plateau regions already formed here the low pressure belts. So, all these low pressure belts attracts pressure from the different directions. The different directions in the sense from the west, from the south and from the east, and different directions it attracts the pressure. So, from the west in the sense from the Arabian Sea, from the south in the sense from the Indian Ocean, and from the east in the sense from the Bay of Bengal. So, from the different directions this low pressure attracts the pressure. So, from the Indian Ocean and from the Arabian Sea, the pressure moves upwards. Their target will be what? How to reach the Tibetan low pressure belts, isn't it? So, they starts to move upwards. So, when from the pressure from the Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea, they starts to move upwards, they touches the west coastal plain areas of our country. Then it termed as the southwest monsoon winds. They came to be known as what? The southwest monsoons. So, when they enters our country here, the western coastal plain regions, there the presence of Western Ghats, isn't it? So, the Western Ghats in the Deccan Plateau region, it divides the southwest monsoon into two important parts. What are the two important parts of the southwest monsoon? They are Arabian Sea branch of monsoon, Arabian Sea branch of monsoon, and Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon. So, from the Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea, the pressure starts to move upwards. So, when they touches the western coast, there the presence of Western Ghats. So, the Western Ghats in the Deccan Plateau divides this southwest monsoon into two divisions. These two divisions are Arabian Sea branch of monsoon and the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon. So, how this Arabian Sea branch of monsoon and Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon develops and how it brings rain in our country. See, the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon starts upwards and it strikes at Bengal coast. It strikes at the Bengal coastal regions. After that, it deflects towards the Shillong plateau in the Meghalaya state. After that, it moves westwards towards the Gangetic plain areas. Then what about Arabian Sea branch of monsoon? The Arabian Sea branches of monsoon, it touches the western coastal regions and it moves the northward side. Northwards it moves. So, both these Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon and Arabian Sea branch of monsoon join together in the central part of our country, that means in the Gangetic part of our country, and it spreads after this, it spreads all over our different regions of our country and it brings rain almost all parts of our country. So, these two branches of monsoon, that Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon and Arabian Sea branch of monsoon, enters our country by the beginning of June. By the beginning of June. So, this is known as onset of monsoon. It is known as onset of monsoon. The onset of monsoon first experiences in Kerala. First it enters in Kerala, after that it enters it progresses or it develops rain in different parts of our country India. So, Kerala it enters 1st of June. Kerala it enters 1st of June. Afterwards 5th of June it progresses to Karnataka. After that 5th of June the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon it enters into the northeast parts of our country and it gives heavy rain there. After that the June 10th Maharashtra, all those regions are getting rain. After that June 11th Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, all those regions are slowly getting the rain. It progresses rain all over our states. After that, when it comes July 11th and all, Rajasthan, all those Punjab, all those regions, almost all parts of our country gets rain from these southwest monsoon winds. We have to remember here that bulk of rain, that means large amount of rain, bulk of rain that we are getting from these southwest monsoon winds. That means the bulk of rain that we are getting from these southwest monsoon winds. That means more amount of water or more amount of rain gets in the western coastal plain regions because of the presence of Western Ghats. At the same time, more amount of rain also gets in the northeast parts of our country because of the high peaked hills. But one particular part of our country which became dry or which remains very much dry during this southwest monsoon season, that is called the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. That is called the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. The Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu, the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu remains almost dry during this period of the southwest monsoon season. Why? What is the reason why the Coromandel coast remains dry during the period of this southwest monsoon? Because the Coromandel coast lies in the rain shadow region of Western Ghats. The rain shadow region of Western Ghats. At the same time, the Coromandel coast lie parallel to the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon. See here, the Bay of Bengal branch never touches the Coromandel coast. It goes parallel to and it strikes the Bengal coast first. After that, it deflects to northeastern plains and it goes west side. So, the Coromandel coast lies parallel to Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon. These are the reasons why the Coromandel coast remains almost dry during this period of the southwest monsoon season. Except this Coromandel coast, almost all other parts of our country India gets rain slowly. Both the branches like Arabian Sea branch of monsoon as well as what Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon. Like this, how the monsoon winds arrives our country and how it slowly progresses is known as the advancing monsoon season. As we know that this particular season is very important, because major part of our population depends on agriculture. So the main source of water is this particular season. That we are going to learn now is the retreating monsoon season. What is meant by retreating monsoon season? Retreating monsoon season means the withdrawal of the monsoon season. We have already seen about advancing monsoon season, isn't it? How this advancing monsoon season or the rainy season is going away or withdrawing from our country. That short period of time is known as what? Retreating monsoon. That means the retreating monsoon is between October to November. We know that the rainy season ends in our country at the end of September month, isn't it? Immediately after the end of September month, the temperature in our country starts to increase. That means when the October comes, the temperature starts to increase our country. So this retreating monsoon is a small or short period of time. That means from October to November, mid of November. As we have seen already that winter season starts in our country from the mid-November. So this retreating monsoon will be in between October to mid of November. So what happens? What are the changes that we can witness in this retreating monsoon season? That means, as I have already told you, that it is the duration, or it is the short period of time between October to November. It is a short transition period. It is known as a transition period. How we can say that this retreating monsoon is a transition period? Because it is a transition period of from hot wet climatic condition to the dry and winter conditions. In this small period, we can witness the transition, we can witness a transition period of hot wet conditions, because immediately after the end of rainy season, that means end of the September month, the heat in our country starts to increase. That means from October onwards, the heat starts to increase in our country. At the same time, the land and the soil will have always the moisture. Why the land and the soil always contains the moisture in the October? Because just a short period of before the rainy season ended here. Because of that, the land and the soil always will have the moisture. So it is a condition, it is a period that is hot wet conditions prevails here. At the same time, it is a period of dry and winter season, because as the temperature increases, the atmosphere becomes very dry here during October month, as well as what happens, the winter also going to start in the November month. So we can say that it is a time of hot wet condition and what? Dry winter condition. So as the temperature here increases in the October month, the humidity also started to increase here. Because of the temperature, high temperature and high humidity that increases during the period of October month, we can experience that weather is so oppressive. What is meant by oppressive? That means very much unbearable. We will feel that the weather is so unbearable and we are unable to bear that weather because of the high temperature and high humidity. Such type of weather that we can experience in the October month. That is why it is known as October heat. See, the October heat may be sometimes it is very difficult to bear because of high humidity and high temperature. That is why it is known as what? October heat. So, because of this high temperature that is prevailing during this October month, what happens in our Indian subcontinent? That means the northwest part of our country, the temperature increases and there forms a low pressure region. There forms the low pressure belt. As a result of this low pressure, this low pressure moves towards the east side and it enters the center part of our Bay of Bengal. When this low pressure enters into the center part of Bay of Bengal, what happens there? There occurs the cyclonic depressions. Okay, so this low pressure, when it enters into the center of Bay of Bengal, there occurs the cyclonic depression. That cyclonic depression is known as tropical cyclonic depression. Why it is called tropical cyclonic depression? Because we know that our southern part of our country lies in the tropical region, isn't it? The southern part of our country lies in the tropical region. So such cyclonic depressions are known as the tropical cyclonic depressions. The target of this tropical cyclonic depression will be always the deltas of Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Deltas means what? The triangular deposition of the sediments which are bringing by these rivers, and before they draining into the sea, they are depositing all these in a triangular basis or triangular form. That is called what? Deltas. So these tropical cyclones which are coming from this Bay of Bengal, they hit all these deltas of this Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. So in short, we can say that these tropical cyclonic depressions are very much destructive in nature. What is meant by destructive? Destructive means they are very dangerous. That means where they hit the deltas of Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, they brings a lot of destruction or lot of dangers in those regions. So each and every year we are experiencing these cyclonic depressions, isn't it, children? That means we are experiencing in the Godavari, Krishna, these eastern coastal plain regions, we are experiencing year after year we are experiencing these cyclonic depressions. So these tropical cyclonic depressions also forms in the Andaman Island regions. From the Andaman Island regions, it moves upwards and it strikes in the Sundarban Delta regions. Sundarban Delta means it is the largest delta in the world. Which are the two rivers responsible for the formation of this Sundarban Delta? They are the two important Himalayan rivers. They are what? Ganga and Brahmaputra, isn't it? So these tropical cyclones which are forming in the Andaman Islands, they are moving upwards and they are striking at the Sundarban Delta regions, and from the Sundarban Delta regions they are moving towards Bangladesh and they are bringing a lot of destructions in those regions also. But we have to remember here one important change that happens here, that is Coromandel Coast. What happens here, the Coromandel coastal regions of the Tamil Nadu regions. In the Coromandel coastal regions, these Coromandel coastal regions in Tamil Nadu is getting bulk of rain or large amount of rain from these tropical cyclonic depressions. Because when the cyclonic depressions touches this Coromandel coast, this Coromandel coast is getting large amount of water from these tropical cyclonic depressions. But we have already completed advancing monsoon season, that Coromandel coast is not getting, that means it becomes dry during the period of the advancing monsoon season. But during this retreating monsoon season, because of the formation of tropical cyclonic depressions, this Coromandel coast gets large amount of rain from these tropical cyclones. So these are the important changes that happens during the period of this the retreating monsoon season. So retreating monsoon season, we can experience very clear sky. At the same time temperature increases, at the same time humidity also increases. So this is about the retreating monsoon season. So children, today's this video class, we have completed the seasons like winter season, summer season, advancing monsoon season and retreating monsoon season, isn't it? So carefully go through all these seasons, and for example some of the important changes that happens each and every season, like winter season, what is meant by western disturbances, and for example summer season, what is meant by October heat, and pre-monsoon showers or monsoon burst, what is that means. Next one is in the advancing monsoon seasons, where we come across what is meant by monsoon winds and the different branches of monsoon winds, what is meant by southwest monsoon, and how it starts in our country, how it reaches our country, and how it progresses into two branches, and all over our country how it spreads and develops and gets rainfall in each and every part of our country. Why the Coromandel Coast is not getting the rain from the southwest monsoon. So all these are the important points that you have to understand, and go through all these points, read the textbook, that is very important, and come to the retreating monsoon season. What is meant by retreating monsoon season? Then why it is called a transition period of from hot, wet to dry winter conditions. What is meant by October heat here, and what is meant by tropical cyclone. Then Coromandel Coast is getting a major part of or bulk of water or rain from these tropical cyclones. So all these are the important points that we have to remember regarding these seasons. So I am winding this class, I am winding up this today's video class here, and tomorrow we will take up the remaining